Hey Jake, do you ever feel like you're constantly saying yes to everything? I mean, I can't seem to say no to anyone, and it's exhausting.
Oh, I totally get that, Sarah. I used to be the same way. Saying no felt impossible because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. But honestly, it was draining.
Exactly. I feel like I'm always juggling too much work, social commitments, helping out friends. I don't even have time for myself anymore.
Yeah, that's tough. What helped me was realizing that saying no isn't selfish. It's actually a way to protect your energy and prioritize what's important. You can't pour from an empty cup, right?
I know you're right, but I always feel so guilty. Like, what if people think I'm letting them down?
That's a common feeling. But trust me, most people will understand. And those who don't, well, maybe they're not respecting your boundaries in the first place. It's okay to prioritize yourself sometimes.
I guess it's about finding a balance. But how do you say no without sounding rude or uncaring?
That's the tricky part, but it's all about how you phrase it. You can be polite yet firm. For example, instead of just saying no, you can say, I'd love to help, but I'm currently overwhelmed with other commitments. It's honest and respectful.
That's a good point. I don't have to give an elaborate excuse, just be clear about my limits.
Exactly. And you'll be surprised at how freeing it is once you start saying no. You'll have more time for yourself, and the things you do say yes to will feel more meaningful.
That sounds amazing, honestly. I really need to practice this more. Thanks for the advice, Jake.
No problem, Sarah. Just remember, saying no is a form of self-care. You deserve to have boundaries and protect your time.
I'll keep that in mind. Next time someone asks for a favor, I'll think twice before automatically saying yes.
Good for you. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but trust me, it gets easier. You've got this.
Thanks, Jake. I'm ready to take control of my schedule and say no when I need to.
That's the spirit, Sarah. Here's to setting boundaries and reclaiming your time.
Vocabulary and phrases. Overwhelmed. Feeling burdened or stressed by too many responsibilities. I'm overwhelmed with all these commitments. Juggling too much. Managing too many tasks or responsibilities at once. I feel like I'm juggling too much between work and social commitments. Pour from an empty cup. You can't help others if you're depleted yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. Politely firm. Being respectful while also being clear and assertive. You can be politely firm when setting boundaries. Setting boundaries, establishing limits to protect your time, energy, and well-being. It's important to set boundaries so you don't get overwhelmed.